Hey guys, Luke here. Welcome back to episode 7 on my West Tigers Coach Career Mode, Manager Mode series. I don't even know what to call it 100%, but in this episode I'm going to be taking on the Roosters and going to be taking on the Newcastle Knights. So two sort of contrasting games. The Roosters a really strong side, Knights not so much, although the table would suggest otherwise. I mean, both sides are pretty close together, but we have seen with ourselves that all it takes is a few games, a run of games of wins, and you're right back into this. And I think for us, all we got to do is keep playing smart footy. Don't try and force offloads, and like I said, just play smart footy. That's pretty much it. Now, if you saw right at the start, it is getting into I think City Country. Australia won the Trans-Tasman Test, the Anzac Test, whatever. They won that one. So we're right around rep season time, and there's a few players for us who are pushing for origin spots. I'd say Robbie Farah is a shoe-in, Aaron Wood's a shoe-in as well, and I think a player like James Tedesco, maybe Luke Brooks even, would pushing for a spot for us. I mean, you might be saying Luke Brooks, huh? But on this game, he's been very, very good for us. Sirenin even as well, maybe a good combo for New South Wales in the future. On this game, of course, I'm talking about. Yeah, 12 minutes in, it's been pretty much all Roosters, I would say, but Tedesco is going to take it to the line, gets a pretty risky offload, and it doesn't pay off, and that smart footy I was talking about, not really playing like that at this stage, but Tedesco just grabbed a ball. It wasn't originally intended for him, but it does find its way out to Pat Richards after a shitty pass by Chris Lawrence, but a nice little pickup, and then they made the tackle with Tuvasa Shek, but we're going to find ourselves on the receiving end of a bit of a line break just there, and then they're going to hit the edges. Blake Ferguson, I'm just showing this just due to the fact that Ferguson and Stapleton were really terrorising us. It was quite daunting a little bit. I think he's up against Chris Lawrence, and Chris Lawrence he's a good defender, but for some reason we were just having a lot of trouble with Ferguson. We had to really combat that, and we need to sort of get our shit sorted out pretty soon because you know, we're struggling at the moment. But Aaron Woods comes up with a pretty strong run there, and they're going to be holding on just too long, and they have a sin bin warning, so we'll be definitely looking to try and get that last penalty, because that sin bin will be very crucial. We've had sin bins in the past, and although initially it's a little bit strange, once you get the hang of it, those sin bins are deadly. Like, the amount of points you can score on that is scary. Now, we found ourselves on the end of a little pass. Aaron Woods picked it up, but we haven't been able to capitalise off it yet. I think it's Dean Halliter who ended up taking that tackle, but Robbie Farah is going to take it to James Tedesco, pass it to Chris Lawrence. Chris Lawrence was through a gap there, but ended up passing it to Pat Richards, and he got tackled by Stapleton. That was the end of that play there. Aaron Woods came up with a really big run there. Just wanted to show that Aaron Woods, there's a lot of highlights that we don't show of the dirty work that the forwards do, and I know on YouTube it seems to be, you know, you just throw in the highlights, you know, a lot of backline plays and that sort of stuff, so it's not that much time for forwards, but the forwards definitely are doing their job at this stage. Aaron Woods in particular, and Keith Galloway's been a monster for us. Yeah, they've just been hitting holes, they've been, you know, dragging people, everything. Been working really well. Unfortunately for us, Luke Brooks comes up with I'm not going to say he came up with a shitty play, but he just had the ball ripped out of his grasp, and we've got to defend our ass off here. Now they end up with the ball, I think it's Takieo or Ferguson or someone, but we had great scrambling defence there, and we really got away with that one. They should have just went for the corner and scored, although they didn't. They tried to straighten up for some reason. Now we're going to find ourselves getting driven back there. I think it was Michael Jennings coming up with that tackle. I'm not going to say Jennings is someone who usually would do that, but after driving off whoever that player was who we did, ends up coming up with a big fend, but thankfully for us, he ended up getting tackled. Now, Kevin Naguama tries to cut back inside, but Roger Tuivasa Shek, he's a good fullback, and he's got too much smarts to end up exceeding that try. But Michael Jennings, I was talking about how Blake Ferguson terrorising us. Michael Jennings up against Simona was a little bit of a mismatch as well, and he's going to go and score. For a split second where I thought he wasn't even, like when he cut back inside and dove for the line, he wasn't going to reach out and make it to the line for some reason, but obviously he did. So we did have to take Farah off for a little bit. Whether you actually see it on here, I'm not really sure, but every now and again, Farah's going to have to come off, just a little bit too tired. We've got Daniel Tupou who ends up picking off this pass. Tedesco's coming across, he's going to try very, very hard. He cuts off he's going to make the goal kick easy is what I'm trying to say. And I got to say, when Farah's off the field, we're like a whole different side. Halliter does his best to jump in at hooker, but yeah, we really need Farah on the field as much as possible. See here, Jesse Sue comes up with a nice little run there, and then Lodge, who's just jumped into hooker at the time here. Gets it to Luke Brooks, who comes up with a phenomenal kick. A 40-20, 75th minute. This could be crucial. Now, Joel Awani off the bench here, who probably was the one who came up and played hooker straight away. He came up with a really nice little kick there, and then we just got a draw and pass here. Kevin Nagama hitting the corner, he cuts back inside, and another desperate tackle there from the Roosters, and that's going to stop the game. I think the game was already over at that stage, but we're just looking for a consolation try at this stage. Lawani, who would have moved to the forwards once Farah came back on, but Chris Lawrence is going to end up scoring that consolation try, and he did what he should have done earlier in the game and just went for the gap, didn't worry about passing it, and there we go. Chris Lawrence ends up scoring the try, and Paddy Richards ends up missing the goal. So I think the score was 10-4. Very disappointing to lose, but the Roosters are a good side, and I expect them to be up there at the end of the season, although the table is quite weird at this stage. But see our completions, I'm happy with our completions. 14 from 18 is not too bad. I mean, the Roosters had 15 from 17, and our time in possession was quite nice. It was a pretty even game, I'd have to say. Although we did grab that consolation try at the end, I feel we definitely did deserve a try, so it would have been a shame had we been kept to nil. But yeah, definitely some positives to take out of that game. Moving on to the next game, taking on the Knights, and we are travelling up to Newcastle, or down to Newcastle, I'm not really sure. But we're travelling to Newcastle nonetheless, and I'm expecting a win. They got Nathan Ross playing fullback, who I'm not going to say he's the greatest player, but it's a little bit strange in this Dylan Harton dude. I don't know who he is. I would have assumed that Knights would have had some better players to play fullback. I mean, Jake Marmo playing in real life. I mean, Gidley's played there. Sione Mataudia, they got heaps of players. And I think Pat Mataudia might be the one who's playing right here. And I think they've got like Jalen Feeney on the bench and that sort of stuff. So there isn't any sort of a doubt as to why they're as low as they are. But I've got to say, yet again, the centres are causing us a little bit of damage. I think Dane Gagai is one to look out for. Where we see here, they just run straight through here, and we've got Tedesco coming over and cover attack, and I think it might be Nathan Ross who did that sort of run. So I was just saying he's not the best fullback, but he comes up with a huge run there. But then Tedesco comes up with the ball. Can he go length of the field? No, he can't. They cover it very easily. We tried to cut back inside, but we couldn't do that. But we do get a penalty, which is nice. Now Luke Brooks takes it to the line, gets to Aaron Woods, who's doing a bit of ball playing at this stage, and he's added that to his game. Now Tim Simona does his best to try and get the ball to Kevin Nagama, which he does. And then Robbie Farah is going to take a little dart out of dummy half, you would think. No, he doesn't. Gets it to Sue. Sue palmed off one. No, he doesn't. But gets the offload away. And all that good work we had done, all undone by a shitty offload, which is a common thing for us. Just got to cut that out. And then Dane Gagai is going to race away, and he's going to score this one. It is Dane Gagai on the right centre. And Tim Simona really struggling at this stage to keep up with him. Obviously, Chris Lawrence on the other side. Now, this is what I thought was quite funny. Jeremy Smith is actually the goal kicker for the Knights. I mean, Kirk Gidley, they got a few people. Well, actually, I think Kirk Gidley's in the side. Maybe he's injured. Tyron Roberts, I think, is the halfback. Who he is the goal kicker for the Knights. And yeah, he's not kicking for some reason on here. I think Kirk Gidley's the second goal kicker. And I'm sure there should be some other people who also can kick. Gagai probably, someone like that. And then all of them, and Jeremy Smith is the goal kicker. So 6-0 down, we end up getting the ball here. Pretty good field position. Simona in the left centre. Been getting dominated in his defence has been pretty poor. But attack's still alright here. But once again, getting caught out in defence there. That has taken it around him every single time. It's getting caught flat-footed a little bit too much. So I think we need to race up on the Newcastle defence rather than wait for them to come to us. I think that's what's killing us, to be honest. But a nice little run there by Tedesco. And I don't show all the kick returns, but Tedesco's kick returns, they're on point like all the time. They're so effective. Get us on the front foot all the time. And like I said, I don't show them every single time because otherwise half the video would just be Tedesco running back from kick returns. But it gives us the opportunity to be in good field position so we can get tries like that to Kevin Nagama as he raced over. Just cut back inside. Very simple stuff there. A lot of people asking me what are your tips for the game, all that sort of stuff, and I'd say, like I've said it in the comments and I've said it before, you just got to play simple. Don't do stuff like that, force and offloads. I mean, a pass, when the pass is there, go for the pass for sure, but don't force it, which is I find myself, I think it's just a habit for Rugby League Live too, and I'd say it'll take a little bit of time to get out of it, but yeah, just forcing passes and then giving the Knights great field position, and they end up making us pay. I think it was McManus who scored, and Jeremy Smith slots the conversion. Possibly one of the greatest goal kickers of all time, Jeremy Smith. I mean, I'm saying this, and he might be a good kicker in real life. I just don't recall him kicking, to be honest. But Rory Farah gets us up on the front foot there, and we get super lucky there. There should have been an intercept probably, but we're going to take advantage of this, and we're not going to, because there's a shitty play. What I'd do in the past was not take advantage of it, but I'm finding with the amount of times the ball sort of screws us over, the less I care about trying to keep it realistic, and I'll just take any opportunity I can. Chris Lawrence just tried to go through that gap there, and he got halfway through it before getting pulled down, and that is half time, and we're going to go down 12-6. So Knights, not a good side in my opinion, but they have got the lead, so credit to them. Brendan Sandy went through the gap there, tried to get the pass off to his support player, and they just knocked it down. Now right here, Dean Hallertau putting pressure on the kicker. I'm not sure if it went into Hallertau. I don't think it did, because it would have been played out, because I think we definitely went for the charge down. I think it hit one of his own players. So super lucky there, but we got good field position, and we couldn't take advantage of it. Chris Lawrence was right there, just a little bit better pass, and we were on there. But Paddy Richards gets a little touch. Chris Lawrence. And this is Paddy Richards who gets the ball there. Lawrence hits him in the back. It falls for the Knights. They went for another offload. And Pat Richards ended up getting the ball. And he races away and scores his first try of the game. And Pat Richards is turning into a bit of a try scorer for us. I know in real life, obviously, he's a wing-ace try scorer. But seems to be really, really good at finishing off those tries for us. Got good pace and good strength, good everything really. He's a very solid player in this game. And Martin Tapau comes up with a big fend, a big don't argue, but then the offload after that was horrendous. It was absolutely horrendous there. So fifth tackle, Keith Galloway comes up with the tackle, and it confirms Kurt Gidley. He's playing hooker at this stage. He actually got injured. I think it was something to do with the shoulder there, or maybe it was a wrist, I can't remember. But then Martin Tapau follows up his poor effort in attack, comes up with a big play in defence. That gives us a great opportunity there. Tedesco with the last pass to Sirinen, I think it was. Couldn't release Sirinen away fully, but is going to give us an opportunity here, and Chris Lawrence is going to go quite close to scoring a try. If he could have got his right arm away there, we had lots of players in support on the outside, and it didn't really work out that way, but we're creating chances at 12-all. I'm really feeling good about this, and we do get a penalty, got the win behind us. I thought Pat Richards, phenomenal goal kicker. Let's salt this one straight over from 40 out, which he's done in the past, done in real life. I think he's even kicked one from 50 plus, I'd say, in a game. I think I remember that one. So as you can see here, we're really doing a lot of damage with the quick play the balls, which is really good for us. And then this is going to be the nail in the coffin here. Luke Brooks is going to score right under the post. Tedesco just with the run, he stepped around a few and then just drew him past the fullback, which was which was Nathan Ross. And then Luke Brooks scored straight under the post. Too simple, very easy. And that's the way you want to play. Now once again, just attacking the markers here. Knights getting a little bit tired here, and the game's really opening up, and you can see they're sent to the sin bin is Kate Snowden, so we're going to be kicking for touch. Great field position, and we've got the wind behind us. Everything's going for us at this stage, so we're just going to take advantage of this, and this could get ugly. James Tedesco takes it around Nathan Ross, and he's going to go and score. Tedesco having a phenomenal game, scores his first try. I'm not really sure how many tries he's scored this year, but he's definitely playing really well. Now, I know in Dalian votes he's polling quite well, although I do have to say wingers seem to be the ones who are polling really well. If you take a look at the Dalian leaderboards, which I will show at some stage, but the wingers are just killing it this year. Everyone is like a winger except for like Tedesco and I think it's Hodkinson or someone's in there. But Kevin Aguama on the receiver of the ball, you could argue that was forward, but I think out of the hands it was backwards, it floated forward. That's what I'm going to go with anyways. Now hitting the right hand side after the left, and the reason to do that, there's a lot of space there. Draw and pass, James Tedesco is going to race away, and he's going to score a try. Going to bring it around a little bit further. The referee getting in the way a little bit there, but scores his second try of the game, and that was really nice. I really like that try. Just simple stuff there. And then Pat Richards just kicks the ball straight over the black dot, 5 from 5. Pat Richards, that's more what we like. Every now and again he'll miss a goal, but not too much. And then Sirinen comes up with a big run there, and Lolo, I think it was, came up with a tackle there, who back from his injury. He did have a 10-day injury or whatever, but I think Funaki was the one who came in, and he's probably going to find himself on the sideline for a little bit. But Tedesco gets the ball here, 75th minute. He sees the gap here, gets it to Dean Hallertau, gets it to Funaki, takes it around Nathan Ross, and Funaki ends up scoring a try. So there you see Funaki. All I can think about is the number one ring announcer Funaki, and if you get that reference, congratulations to you, high five. So Paddy Richards kicks that goal, 6 from 6. So pure dominance, 38-12. If we could hit 40, that'd be awesome. But Luke Brooks comes up with a really, really good kick there. Not an official 40-20, but they did put their foot on the line when they grabbed it. And Simona didn't realise I was going through that gap there. I thought they were going coming in and drawing past, and Gangagai would fall for the bait, but said he didn't, and he's just going to run away. He's going to make a lot of meters, but Tedesco comes up with a huge chase, and that just shows the game that we had. Even when we're up by that, we're showing great desperation to go in and keep it to a minimum, the scoreline for the Knights. And what I'm very happy with that is the completion rate, once again, keeping the completion rates pretty high. So Lolo ended up getting a grade 1 careless tackle, whatever, which I think was a 1 week, but we contested that, got off, and it's going to be available for next week. So yeah, here's the round 10 results from all the other games. As you see, ours stands out a lot. There are some very high scoring games, but usually both sides are scoring pretty high. So now we're in the 8 now. We are tied with Panthers and Roosters, but starting to feel pretty comfortable at this stage. We're getting pretty good at the game, and you can see there, this is what I'm talking about. All the wingers minus, plus a few players left right there, Leilua and Tedesco, but all outside backs in the Dally M leaderboard. Quite strange. Anyways, that's where the video is going to end. Hopefully you have enjoyed it. If you can leave a like, it'd be very much appreciated. Subscribe to my channel. Follow me on Twitter. Like me on Facebook in the description below. And yeah, make sure you subscribe. Bye, guys.